Within the exercise creating absolute links in your textbook, one of the things that you're asked to do is to get the weather for a specific city to use in the website that you're building. And there's some instructions for doing that. I'm going to show you an alternate way to do that just by typing the actual city name into Google along with the word weather. And the first result that should come up is a summary of the current weather as well as links to several weather sites, and you can pick any of them you'd like for this exercise. I'm going to pick AccuWeather. You're then asked to actually copy the URL, which you're going to paste into your HTML code. I'm going to go up to this address bar and I'm going to copy it using Control-C, and then I'm going to go back to Notepad. You remember we have a menu item in Notepad that says local weather. We are going to add a link here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste in the URL that we just copied. Then at the end of the string local weather, we will use a closing A, and we'll save the document. The result is a page that now has a link in the menu from local weather to your weather site. We'll click on it there, and you see it brings us right to the AccuWeather site. I'm going to go ahead and use the back arrow to get back to our page that we're working on, and then I'm going to follow the next step in the textbook, which is asking us to find directions. And there are alternate ways to do this as outlined in the book, but I'm going to go to the Maps site on Google. And when you get there, you see that we can open a map to a specific location. I'm actually going to open it to Marble, Minnesota. And there we have the map. The book asks you to click the directions link. We'll do that now, leaving the starting city blank, and then we'll go up to this little link button, and we're able to copy a link from there. Let's go back to the code, and we'll add some HTML that will provide a link around the word direction. Paste what we just received from Google Maps, and then close the link by putting a closing A tag on the other end of the word directions. Save this document. I'm going to go back to the web browser, reload the page, and you can see that the directions link is now active. When I click on the directions link, it brings me to a map, the map that we had specified earlier in Google Maps. And so all of the menu items are now working as we'd expect and as we want them to. I'm going to go back to Notepad, and now that we have all the links in the menu working the way we want them to, we need to copy this menu, and we're going to use it in our other files for this site. And your book asks you to take this entire section of the menu and copy it. I'm going to select it and use a Control-C, so now it's on my clipboard. And what I need to do at this point is I need to go and open each of the other files. So I'll go to the directory that contains those files, and the next one I'm going to open up is the one called reserve.html. I'll open that in Notepad. We are going to paste this within each of the documents right after the closing H1 tag. So I'm going to put a couple blank spaces in just so we can clearly see what I'm doing here. Then do a Control-V on my keyboard to paste that menu code in place. We'll save this document. I'm going to close the reserve.html document. We're done with that one. And we'll go to Rooms next and do the same thing. Open in Notepad. Go to just after the closing H1 tag. Control-V to paste the menu code in. Save this page, and we will close it. We also have to do the same thing for the About Us page. We'll open it in Notepad. Give ourselves a couple spaces after the closing H1. Use the Control-V to paste the menu code. Save the file, and we'll close the About Us file now. I'm going to go back to our web browser, Let's see if we got this to work. Remember, the first links were all links to the internal pages. The last two were to external pages. So right now, if we hit the Rooms link, we should get the Rooms page. And this time when we go to the Rooms page, we also have the menu. Same thing with the About Us and the Reservations page. We can go back to the home page from any of these pages now that we have a consistent menu by hitting the Home button.